Egypt, one of the richest sources of archaeological treasures on the planet, harbors countless secrets of ancient civilizations. Beneath its desert landscape lie remnants of a glorious past. During an entire excavation season, teams of archaeologists at the forefront of research have had unprecedented access to uncover these secrets. Among them is Queen Pharaoh Hatshepsut, one of the most enigmatic and revolutionary figures in Egyptian history. The Polish archaeologist Dr. Zbigniew Francisca has dedicated years to excavating and restoring the magnificent temple of Hatshepsut, carved into the surrounding mountains of Luxor. This temple, a masterpiece of ancient architecture, consists of 3 separate levels connected by ramps and guarded by statues of the god of the underworld. Fossil Safranki and his team continue to reveal the secrets of this Queen Pharaoh, who left a legacy of giant monuments throughout Egypt, including her funerary temple and the tallest obelisk in Egypt, located in Karnak. If this is your first time on the channel, subscribe now so you don't miss any important content about the darker chapters of our history. Hatshepsut, who ruled Egypt for nearly 20 years, was a bold leader. She oversaw military campaigns and re-established trade routes that brought wealth to the country. During her reign, Egypt prospered, and majestic monuments were erected to demonstrate her power. However, her life remains a mystery, and archaeologists continue searching for new clues to better understand her legacy. To the south of her temple, at the quarry of Bel Sila, the archaeologist couple John and Maria Nilsson from the University of Lund are investigating how Hatshepsut used this quarry. There, they discovered an unfinished statue of a sphinx with a ram's head, a unique piece that could have been destined for one of Hatshepsut's temples. The Sphinx, a mythical creature with the body of a lion and the head of a human or ram, acted as a guardian of sacred sites and monuments. Hatshepsut was the first to commission a grand avenue of sphinxes between the temples of Luxor and Karnak. Further south, in Aswan, lies the Jaguar Cup, a densely populated necropolis with nearly 100 ancient tombs. Some of these tombs have never been opened and contain secrets about how the necropolis was used during Hatshepsut's reign. Martina Bardanova, a Spanish archaeologist, is part of a team preparing to open one of these sealed tombs. Although strong winds have covered the tomb entrance with sand, the team is working diligently to clear the path and uncover what lies inside. Throughout this fascinating investigation, the archaeologists have made discoveries that could rewrite ancient history and shed light on Hatshepsut's legacy. During excavations in Egypt, the archaeological team makes a surprising discovery that could change the course of their research. They find parts of a body hidden in the sand, revealing an ancient burial. The remains, which appear to be very fragile, include a skull with some hair. Martina speculates that they could belong to a child. These findings raise new questions about why the body is outside the tomb and seek clues to date the burial in the temple of Hatshepsut. Dr. Zbigniew Safranski studies the paintings on the walls, which reveal clues about the life of the queen and her power struggle with her stepson, Thutmose III. The images show Hatshepsut and Thutmose III together, but Hatshepsut is always depicted as the principal figure, even though Hatshepsut was proclaimed Queen of Egypt after a power struggle. The representations in the temple show her assuming the role of Pharaoh, a title that until then had only been granted to men. Near the ruins of the temple, Safranski's team discovers a ring of ancient clay bricks. Elsewhere in Egypt, Professor John Darnell from Yale University and his wife, the Egyptologist Colin Dahl, study ancient hieroglyphic inscriptions to better understand the origin of writing in Egypt. In the Temple of Karnak, they examine representations of Hatshepsut, who, despite being a woman, was depicted with masculine features. However, in the hieroglyphics, Colin discovers evidence of her true gender, indicating that Hatshepsut did not hide her femininity, but instead used simple masculine symbols of power, like the false beard and Neem's headdress, to consolidate her image as pharaoh. Through these symbols, Hatshepsut not only dressed as a man but fully assumed the role of pharaoh, showing her connection with the gods and her authority over Egypt. Current excavations continue to reveal fascinating details about her life and reign, providing new perspectives on this extraordinary historical figure. Near the Temple of Hatshepsut, at a tomb site called Dravuel Naga, archaeologists Susan and Steam and her team from the University of Memphis investigate the roles of women in ancient Egyptian society. Susan has dedicated her work to studying the lives of women and their labor, and this tomb, which she has excavated for 10 seasons, is a testament to this. The tomb is filled with human remains of men, women, and children, mummified and destroyed by ancient tomb robbers. The team must reconstruct the remains, which is a complex task. Susan comments that although not everyone feels comfortable working with death, for her, it is her way of shedding light on life in ancient Egypt. While handling the remains, Susan and her team find intimate fragments of the body, including a mummified penis. This reminds of the famous case of Tutankhamun, whose penis was separated from his body and caused a great stir when it temporarily disappeared. However, beyond these curious details, in the necropolis of Aswan, Martina Bardanova and her team unearth the remains of a child. Martina reflects on how emotional it is to find such a small and fragile child, comparing it to her 4-year-old niece. Infant mortality was high in ancient Egypt, but finding a preserved child's body is rare. As they continue excavating, the team finds an ancient cartonnage mask covering the head of an adult mummy. The mask is finely crafted and was meant to ensure a successful eternal life. As they work against the clock due to the approaching strong winds, Martina's team must move the child's bones to access the tomb. However, the discovery of the mask provides them with a valuable clue about who these bodies might be. Meanwhile, at the excavations next to the temple of Hatshepsut, Dr. Safransky and his team must move a huge sandstone block to excavate below. After hard work, they manage to uncover ancient ceramic fragments, which excite the team. These discoveries will help Dr. Safransky unravel the mysterious events that followed the death of Hatshepsut, who died around the age of 50. After her death, her stepson Thutmose III regained power, and the team continues searching for more clues to better understand this key period of Egyptian history. In the Silsila quarry, John Ward continues excavating what could be the remains of a sphinx of Hatshepsut. With the help of his team, they manage to uncover an almost complete sphinx, about 3 meters tall. John and Maria Ward are thrilled to see the size and condition of the statue, though it remains a mystery why it was abandoned. It is possible that a small crack in the stone ended the work on the statue. Meanwhile, at the temple of Hatshepsut, Dr. Safransky and his team continue excavating and uncovering ancient ceramic and food fragments that were offerings to the gods when the temple was built. Every little discovery is an important piece in the puzzle, helping them uncover the secrets of this magnificent site. Safransky, deeply admiring of Hatshepsut, considers her a unique political and revolutionary leader whose story continues to be remembered through her magnificent temple. If you've made it this far and learned something new from our stories, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss our upcoming videos. Together, we can discover and remember the truths that history often tries to hide.